Now, I'm 40 years old, and if you are my age, or maybe a little bit older, our next guest will forever be linked with the Montreal Canadiens, and especially for me, with their run in 1993. When I tweeted earlier that Kid Mercury would be on the program, I got a tweet from my friend Lynn saying, "Aw, Kid, after Game 5 in 1993, he rode on the back of our convertible. Yeah, my mom has always been the coolest, playing away in an informal parade down St. Catherine Street before the looting started. One of the best nights of my life, bar none. Thank him for me." Kid Mercury, welcome to CJAD. I don't know if you remember that moment or playing on the back of that car, but it's pretty cool that you have a part in one of the best nights of Lynn's life, isn't it?
Wow. Thanks so much, Dave, for having me. I love your show, by the way.
Thanks, man.
There's so many great moments after we won the Cup in 93. And, of course, I have amazing memories from 86. But, I get stopped often just by people in the road, and they hey, you're the guy from you're back at the Forum days, all that stuff. That went on for years and years. I mean, I thought people may have, I've changed slightly, but I'm still the kid, so I guess I look almost the same.
It's got to be a really cool feeling to know that people associate you with the Habs and always with a smile and a tune. It was such a fun part of the aura of the Forum. Just take me back to when Kid Mercury was a kid. What made you fall in love with the Montreal Canadiens?
Well, I loved sports. I played every sport I could as a little kid, and growing up, I grew up in Côte Saint-Luc, and growing up, there were a lot of rinks. I'd be at the rink all the time. My feet would be freezing, but I had my Habs jersey on. It was a wool sweater. It was the worst thing to have when you're sweating a lot. But I loved sports. I was a very rah-rah guy and always enthusiastic for my teammates. And I just created this character in the late 70s. I'd come back from Club Med. I was an entertainer there. And I realized, I was doing some Expos games, and I just didn't feel like the crowd was that into it. So I created this character, Kid Mercury, Mercury being the wing messenger. And I started going to games, and it just took off, and it got, bigger and bigger. And I basically everyone calls me Kid. Rarely, but of course, I never give up my secret identity, but I'm pretty much Kid to everyone.
I didn't even think of asking you. I don't want to know your real name. It would take away from the, I'm happy to just have you as my buddy, Kid Mercury, who joins me right now on CJAD 800. We've got a few minutes left in the program today, and we're ending it right with Kid Mercury. I imagine that if we beg a little bit towards the end, we might even get a little bit of a trumpet sign-off at the end of the show. Kid Mercury, this has been an incredible run by the Habs from the second that they were down 3-1 to the Leafs. Things flipped around, and it has changed the outlook in this city. Do you feel that in your day-to-day walking around, driving around, going for groceries, talking to people? Does it feel a little bit different right now than it did a couple of months ago?
Oh, yeah. It's day and night. I mean, so many people are happy just to be, socializing again, whatever that word means. And being able to watch, games. I was at a restaurant the other night that was showing the game, and I had my trumpet, and the fans were so excited. And just, we've been through a lot. Everyone in the world has, but I mean, Quebec was hit pretty hard. And having the Canadians to take our minds off of everything else that's been going on is it's a godsend. So I'm really happy, and I'm really glad that they brought me back to the Bell Center, and I was at the Vegas game, and when we won, and I was speechless, Dave. I had tears rolling down my cheeks. I tried blowing the trumpet, and I was completely choked up. Everyone around me, I was screaming nonstop. I couldn't believe it when Lehkonen scored that goal in overtime. I was on pins and needles, and I thought my heart must have stopped 10 times in the first minute when it looked like Vegas was going to score.
And this is what it's all about. We spoke with Mitch Melnick before, and he also talked about being emotional from it. And it's amazing. It is about allowing yourself to feel that feeling. And as we discussed before on the program today, I think we had all stopped ourselves from feeling that emotion for a long time because it opens yourself up to a lot of heartbreak and hurt as well. But Right now, I think we see the value in opening yourselves up to that hurt.
Absolutely. I don't know how much time we got, Dave, but I've written a poem about this year's team. I don't know if you have the time or...
You texted me. You said it would take about 90 seconds. Why don't we hear that now?
Okay, I'll try to go through it fast. It's called The Return of Kid Mercury. It was a cold Saturday night in Montreal. March felt like December. Some rowdy Leafs fans were visiting, if I do remember. Sitting alone at the sports bar, I heard those losers say that the Habs were finished. They'd forgotten how to play. I gazed up at a photo of our 24 Stanley Cup banners. I thought of those fans. I'd teach them some manners. In that moment, I knew I'd have to come back to wake up the ghost and lead on the pack. So I oiled my trumpet and ironed my cape, dusted off my wings and unrolled the tape. I blasted out a charge and looked in the mirror. The kid has returned, so come on, let's all cheer. The Toronto Maple Leafs, huge favorites, go up 3-1. I knew in my heart our team wasn't done. We roared back and won the close series in 7. A few over 10 goals. I used my connections in heaven. We sweep the dirty Winnipeg Jets in 4 and beat the Vegas Knights in 6. We'll beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in the final with a few of Kid Mercury's Stanley Cup tricks. Brendan Gallagher gets pounded but keeps setting up winning goals. Harry Price, our real leader, is unbeatable. A brick wall with no holes. Nick Suzuki weaves magic, illuminating the ice with his stick. Corey Perry and Eric Stahl, an old Stanley Cup pick. Our attacking line's led by Toffoli Anderson and Cole Caulfield, our sensational rookie. Fast, young, and exciting, so call up the bookie. Solid defense with Captain Shea Weber and the rest of our D. Petrie, Edmondson, Sherratt will bring the Lightning to their knees. And our great players, Armia, Deneau, KK, Leckie, and don't forget the 2 Jakes. This 21 Montreal Canadiens hockey team has got exactly what it takes. And leaders like our coach Ducharme, Richardson, and Burke, with owner Jeff Molson and Bergie, the ghosts, they will lurk. Those same ghosts of the past cups now all begin to sing. The Rocket, Jean Beliveau, Guy Lafleur with their Stanley Cup rings. Now up in the crowd, a kick figure is lurking. He blasts out a charge. His whole body is jerking. He starts up the wave and sounds his trusty gold horn. It's Kid Mercury, the winged messenger, leading his team on to victory through another Stanley Cup storm.
And that is the way you get pumped up for the biggest game of our lives. Go Habs, go! Bleu, blanc, rouge! Kid Mercury, thank you, my friend.
My pleasure, and go Habs, go! And everyone, get up to your windows, open your doors, open your windows, and scream out, go Habs, go! We're going to win this. There's still time. Believe in it, people. Don't give up. Don't give up. Go Habs, go!
Jay, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to pull up my Tony here. Bleu, blanc, rouge. Yeah, le Canadien.